You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone. So pardon this reclined posture I'm in right now. I'm actually in the midst of doing the September Alchemy Scopes, and I'm quite fatigued, and I need to record this intro for you. So I thought, well, I might as well just do it right now. So hopefully you'll be okay with me reclining and speaking to you. Listen, there's a lot going on. As if you've been following me, you know, it's all coming. Everybody's talking about it now too. So people are clued in, you're feeling it, right? And a lot of my clients are diving. So through the narratives, their wound stories that they hold, that's part of their encoded soul print, their narrative here to mature, grow, expand, and move through in this life. But actually, you doing it is actually for the collective, right? So when we heal the whole inherently, instantaneously. That's just how it works. But a lot of people are now diving, so they're confronting. They've healed. They've done a lot of healing, and they're now diving into their bigger story. And it's the beginning. It really is like, walking on new legs for a lot of us, right? So there's a lot going on. And the reason why I wanted to say that is because, listen, for this month, many of the signs, spreads that came up are talking about further discernment that's going on. So for a lot of people out there, a lot of demographics, because again, we're tuning into the demographics, right, of these different signs, which have different energy sets, different broad storylines that they're evolving, maturing, walking, right? The deal is that this month, spread after spread, was revealing that indeed this month of September, and again, we're in eclipse season. So for those of you who follow any astrology whatsoever, you know that we're in eclipse season now, and September is imbued with the eclipse energy, which is powerful, it's potent, it's change making, it's new potential being activated, right? Now, many of the sign spreads this month did in fact come up that were, there's stuff coming up, but it's different. It's different than in previous months because it's like there's a new layer of the veil being removed. There's new crumbling happening. There's a new level of illusion of our life, of our beliefs around our life that's melting away, that's dissolving, that's cracking, that's breaking. It's being disrupted. And that disruption is creating clarity. That's what it's all for. So anything that is not held in integrity, it's a bit like the Tower card in the tarot, but I'm not saying that everybody's going to be living through the Tower. In fact, a lot of people are going to be living in a new state of empowerment and self-love and self-respect and self-dignity and resolution to walk your path. So this is not a negative month, but for those of you out there that are maybe just starting your spiritual journey and have not been walking the path for many years, you're going to have some crumbling going on. For those of you that have been walking the path and that are familiar with what's going on and you've been really feeling into the transmutation of your soul, of yourself, the frequency shift that's been activated going on for you for years now, this is just going to be another level of your clarity, of your alignment. So there's big alignment this month, everybody, okay? So breathe, connect with nature, connect with your body, turn off technology, love yourself radically. Reach out to me. If you are ready to become clear on your soul print, reach out to me. I will tell you that I am very excited because I am going to be launching a course, Learn Your Soul Print course, that's going to be very affordable. I've been really called to make this thing very participatory. So people are very key to the identification of their own soul print narratives, but I'm going to walk you through it in video, in a video course format, and then there's going to be live sessions available for you. So I'm thrilled. Look, in fact, what I would say to you is, if you're interested in this right now, number one, you want to subscribe to the channel. Number two, subscribe to my free e-newsletter on my website as well, because I'm going to send out an announcement when it launches there. And my website is thealchemyofholism.com. Okay, so let's move on to the reading. Let's move on to the Alchemy Scope, the multi-point Alchemy Scope this month, and we'll see what's coming up. Okay, talk to you soon. Everyone, this is a powerful month ahead for several reasons. One is, let's take a look at the new moon cycle. So as I always do, the Alchemy Scopes are always working with nature's cycles, and I'm always tapping into the narrative, the symbology. What is the storyline that is imbuing the underpinning energies of this month ahead? Now, our new moon in Virgo this month is happening actually on the first day of the month. So September 1st, 2016, at 9 degrees, 21 minutes Virgo is our new moon. Now, new moons are always powerful because it's a seeding time. It's a time to plant seeds for what you want to make manifest. This particular new moon is also a solar eclipse, so it's extra potent. It's very powerful, and it will eclipse things out of your life. So as you plant new seeds for yourself, the things that are not serving those new seeds to come will be eclipsed out. So let's take a look at the symbology. Very, very powerful, everybody. At this 9 degree, 21 minute point, the Sabian symbol is two heads looking out and beyond the shadows. Now, Dane Rudyard writes this about this particular symbol. He says, the growth of true understanding, born out of the transcendence of duality, even while immersed in the world of duality. And we can feel into that very easily. So if you imagine two heads looking out and beyond the shadows, this is clarity. This is the ability to see. It's ability to see here and there, both. So this month, as Mercury goes retrograde, the entirety essentially of this month, or the majority of September, here we are met and supported with this symbol. Indeed, this is a month of clarity, of deep clarity, of seeing the spiritual realities despite our context. So even though we're dealing with the minutia of daily life and this physical reality that we're all trudging through, there is a clarity at hand. You're able to see clearly your own life, the patterns deeper under the layers of your own life, and that of the outside world, quote unquote, outside world. Okay, so very powerful month. And again, Mercury is retrograde. So that again speaks to the mind now is going through a process of inner reflection. And indeed, it's about recalibration. So this month, for all of us, this is a storyline about recalibrating our mind's stories. Taurus. So let's take a look. As you can see here, I'm doing some channeled art this month. A note that I've already shuffled the cards here. So I've shuffled them, I've cut them, I've set them aside. And before I turned the camera on, I tuned into the board. I'm painting with water. This is what's called a Buddha board. And I had an image come, and then I start the camera and I begin with that image, and then I just let the shapes form. So I just go with the process. It's very organic, it's very quick, and I love doing it. So this is the Buddha board drawing, and now I'm pulling the cards. And we'll talk about the drawing after we talk about the spread. Just doing some adjusting. Okay. So we can see that the nature card is coming up over in the spiritual sector, as is place, nature and place. Down at the bottom, it's sadness, grief, comfort, and less. And then there's one more coming. Bliss. Sadness, comfort, less, bliss. And then over in the emotional sector, we have precious and then more. Up at the top, you can see there's the eliminate card, and then in the center is maybe. So there's a consideration process that's going on. So Taurus, let's take a look at this. So in the center, the maybe card is kind of the core issue at play. It's the core theme, event, circumstance, or situation that's coming up for the Taurian demographic for your unfolding story. And maybe is referring to a couple different things. One, potentiality. So maybe is referring to it's neither yes nor no. It's whatever. It's whatever you want it to be. But it's also talking about consideration. So there's a consideration going on. And I would say that that's probably definitely the case for a lot of you, because we're seeing that there's a conflict, let's say, coming up for you around your comfort level and you having to deal with having less, and your real desire to have maybe live or be in a new place, a new location, maybe more nature-based location. So over in the far right side, you can see nature and place. This is in the spiritual sector. So now I will tell you that as I'm recording this, Taurus, my cat, Dragon, is meowing to get out. And it's very indicative of freedom. So I've been giving him a lot of freedom lately. And he's indeed, I just started recording this for you, and here he is demanding freedom. That very well might have something to do for you. Okay, so I'm going to continue recording. Hopefully Dragon will mellow out as I finish. But especially because nature and place is coming up, it could be that on a very deep level, you are craving space, nature, beauty, a beauty of place. And indeed, if you look across the spread, so over to the left-hand side, you can see the precious card, which is the purple and orange card. On top of that is the more frequent card. This is talking about you feeling like you want more preciousness in your life, more deliciousness, more delight, more specialness. You want to feel special. And I think you also want to be in a special place. That's what I'm getting. Down at the bottom of the spread is your physical reality. And the sadness card is coming up in regards to comfort and having less. You're having less bliss right now. There's less happiness. And up at the top of the spread in the mental sector, there are thoughts this month that are going to come into play with regards to things that have gone out of your life. Things that have been eliminated, okay? So the eliminations are perhaps taking a toll on your thoughts this month. And that's what the maybe is coming into play. So you're thinking about what is possible for you? What is possible for your future? So Taurus, if we look over at the artwork next to the spread, we can see that the image started with a diagonal line, so starting up from the bottom left and then continuing up to the top right. There was a line, but it was broken. And in the middle of the broken line came a circle that had almost like a squiggly bottom on it. I mean, it really does almost look like a sperm. And there's a dot in the middle. So it's like there's almost an egg in the middle of the sperm. There's a birth. There's a birth there. And it's breaking through, or it's in the middle of a line. But I almost want to say that that line wanted to be a line of progression. So there's something maybe barricading a progression, or at least in your mind there is, Or this is what I get for you, Taurus. I mean, I'm getting that you're breaking through. There is a breakthrough. You know, even though you have these thoughts about what's been eliminated and you have some grief around your physical reality, things that you've had to sell, or, and I have to tell you, you're not the first sign that this has come up for. So there's a sparseness, there's a dryness around physical reality for you, or at least for some of you this month, where comforts are more limited, your bliss is more limited, your life is changing. And but the thing is, you break through. The art shows that there is something big, bulbous, that's ready to break through. And so the feeling of wanting more preciousness and maybe to be more in nature is what's calling. Now, if we take a look at the I Ching, you received 2 hexagrams. The first hexagram that came for you was number 32, endurance. It came with broken lines. And the hexagram that it came with was number 47, oppression. Oppression does have to do with sparseness, starkness. There's a dryness. The feeling of oppression is dark. And that could definitely be what's coming up in your spread. You know, there is this feeling of less comfort, and it's creating sadness. There's things that have had to be eliminated. This month, indeed, the underpinning story is there is oppression, but it is connected to endurance. So, and for what I get for you is that you are considering maybe how you are going to endure with the current level of oppression. So listen, not every Taurus out there is going to be dealing with oppression in the same way, shape, or form. But for a lot of, I'm tapping into a collective narrative here. So what's unfolding for the majority of Taurians? There's some oppression that you're tired of enduring. You're ready for it to be done. You're ready for more precious delights to come into your life. You're ready for nature. You're ready for beauty of place. You're ready for comforts to come back into your reality. And so for some of you, there is endurance of oppression continuing. Now, the Dakini, who are you to become to ride this month? You are to become number 31, Phoenix. This is about deep and utter self-transmutation at the cells of your being. If you have to do a physical cleanse this month, if you have to do meditation daily, which, by the way, I would recommend for every single sign. This month is a very powerful month. This is a time to dive into spiritual connection. It's knocking at the door. So for you, become the Phoenix. And to do that, you might have to transmute your physical body. You might need to be called to transmute your spiritual habits, patterns, daily patterns, you know. This is about you transmuting your thoughts around your reality as well. Become the Phoenix. Allow destruction, because ultimately Phoenix is talking about the transmutation of one form to another, something burning down, destructing to ash so that the new can be reborn. The Phoenix is reborn from the ash. Indeed, if you are feeling oppressed, you are to become the Phoenix. Rise through the ash. What needed to go had to go. If you're having thoughts about what was eliminated, let it happen, but come from the perspective, come from the realization that those things had to fall. They had to burn. And if you remember, the elimination card that came up for you is burning of fall leaves. It's the burning of fall leaves. And indeed, you are to become the Phoenix. Let it burn. Let let the things that left you burn. Let it happen. Allow it. Allow the process to transmute you, because you are to be transmuted now. It's a very powerful month, Taurus, for all of us. But for you, you are to become the Phoenix. You can do it. I'll talk to you soon. Hey, everyone. So before I sign off for this month, I wanted to alert all of you that haven't seen my previous advertisement video that I have some offerings on the table, some tools to help clarify what's happening for you, for your soul journey over the course of this very dynamic period. So for the fall 2016, there's an offering of for me to provide you a video tapping into your particular soul journey and what's unfolding for you. And there's also, I'm putting on the table now, way in advance of 2017, but for those interested in tapping into their 2017 cycle, that is also on the table now. And I will tell you that what I didn't put in the other video is right now it's at a discounted rate because it's before 2017. But once 2017 hits, or maybe even at the end of December, I don't know when I'll do it, but the price will go up. But you have many months. But I will say, for anybody now who's interested, that's on offer. And then for anybody interested in tapping into both 2016 fall and the 2017 year for them, for what's unfolding, for what is the narrative and what's the growth edge? What is it that's pulling you into a new state of being over the course of this time frame in human history? There's a special deal for both of those. Okay, so again, these are videos from me, personalized videos from me for you to help clarify what's going on in your storyline. So if you're interested in that, the link will be somehow here on the video, and the link will always be in the description below this video as well. Okay, so everybody, I'm wishing you a very empowering, self-loving, self-aligning month of September 2016. I'll see you soon.